Good morning, friends. I'm just gonna do a video, just a small video, just a little update because for those of you especially that you've been watching my vlogs for years, for a long time, you know about my family, you know about my pets and everything. And matter of fact, in one of the last videos that I did, I was talking about some of the pets, and I was talking about Khloe, that she was doing so good with her health for being 10 years, because usually average year for a boxer is about 10 years, and she's 10 years and 6 months as of yesterday. And I say as of yesterday because it's not that it turned 6 months yesterday, but because Khloe died yesterday. So I'm sad, but I'm trying not to be too sad, and the reason why is because she had a very full life. She had a long life. And like I said, for boxers, about 10 years is about as long as they go. And all of our boxers made it to the 10-year mark, plus whatever months after. And Lucy held the record for 10 years and 5 months. So now Khloe has held the record now. It's 10 years and 6 months. So yesterday was Wednesday, the 23rd of September, and she passed away. So let me just explain what happened. Everything was fine. Her health was good. Everything was normal with her. Then last week, I think Thursday, I got her up to go outside around 10 o'clock at night, put the dogs out for the last time for the night, and she came back in the house walking like a duck, and I mean, like her bones were hitting on the floor. You could hear her clunk, clunk, clunk all over the floor. And because when she came in, I saw her limping a little bit, but by the time she came in and I was locking the door up, then that's when I heard that noise, and I came over to here. So right in this area over there. And she was just in a squatted position, and she was panting really hard, and I was like, wow, what did she do out there that she hurt herself? And she did have a bad leg. I think it was her right leg that she tore her ACL. For those of you who've been around a long time, that you remember Lucy. She passed away November 3rd, day before my birthday, in 2017, but about 4 years before that, so it'd be about 2013. Yeah, about 2013. She had surgery for her ACL that she tore, and Khloe had just hurt hers. And so at that time, Khloe was just like 3. She was still fairly young. And in Alex's room, and we'll go in there in a minute, in Alex's room, the piano used to be in there. And I made that like a little makeshift rehabilitation place for both of them. And I had to block off the doorway so that they couldn't get out, because they both had to stay off of their legs till they healed. And we had to keep them in there for like 2 months. And, when we'd go outside, we had to walk them on the leash and everything. But Khloe, she recovered. And she's always been very good that if she ever hurt herself, she stayed off of her leg. I think this summer she did something on the left leg, because I noticed she wasn't putting a whole lot of weight on it, and she panted now and then, but she was good about getting off of her leg like always. She just laid around a lot. So, that's good, because then they mend, But last week, when she came in the house like that, I was like, what in the world? So we contacted the vet the next day, gave her some medicine for the inflammation, for the pain. And then I want to say, was it Sunday? Sunday, she was really acting like she was really bothered with pain and everything. So we contacted the vet again, and we had to take her in, and the vet checked everything out. And both of her back knees, the ACLs, both of them were torn. And the one, because it had been torn years ago, the scar tissue, she tore the scar tissue. And even it's a mystery to, the vet, because she did something when she was out there. I don't know. neighbors have still been blowing off fireworks. They hadn't been blowing off, but they were blowing off some fireworks several times last week around 9 o'clock. But Chloe was afraid of thunderstorms. She was afraid of fireworks. And even when fireworks start, to put her outside, you know, it was hard to get her out there. And I don't know if she was spooked by something, maybe when she was going to the bathroom. And so when she jumped up or whatever and turned to run back in the house, because she came running, limping, but running, she did something. I don't know. So anyway, her legs were very bad. We were having to get a sling around her, just a big scarf, and like to pull up on her so that she wasn't putting a lot of pressure on her legs. So that's what we were doing yesterday. And so yeah, she went to the vet Tuesday, late afternoon. And when she came home, I started her on this pain medicine that they gave us and everything, and she'd just been doing a lot of panting. It was hard for her to stay still. So we had her here in Alex's room, and I'm washing things right now. I got a lot of blankets I'm washing. I took everything out of here. I had to take that out, everything. Just keep everything off of the floor. And what I did was I pulled this set of cushions down, so because she likes to sleep on the couch, and so it wasn't a big step to hurt her to get on the couch if that's what she wanted. She was sleeping on the floor a lot. I had some blankets down here and everything. Yesterday I went out and I purchased a memory foam that I had over here, and I put some plastic on it and everything, and then piled the blankets back up. Tuesday night was really bad for her. I stayed in here the whole night. This chair that's over there, I pulled that over here, and I got my ottoman and I pulled it over so that, you know, I could just sit there and just be with her. And so yesterday I went to the doctor. Remember I was talking about my menopause and all that too, so that's another update. Yeah, but for them to rule out, you know, that it's just the menopause that's causing the UTIs and all that, you have to go for the CAT scan, the x-ray. I had to go yesterday. They did the scope. Everything's okay. No bladder stones, kidney stones. Everything's good. But I went to Walmart right after that, got those things, came home. She was still like laying still because the medicine that they gave was pretty strong, so that it sedated her. And you know, she'd get up from time to time because she needed to reposition. We took her out one time to go to the bathroom. Then most of the afternoon yesterday, she just laid real still. And I stayed in here all afternoon, and I'm glad that I did. Because, you know, she was panting a lot. And I was just figuring, oh, even with the pain medication, you know, her legs are still hurting really bad. So I was just petting her, you know, laying over here with her. All of this, like I said, was down here. She was up on the couch, and I had her all comfortable. I put pillows all around her, and I laid over here, and I just kept my arm up there. I just kept petting her and just telling her it'd be okay and everything. And I'm glad that I did that. I stayed with her all night. I stayed with her all yesterday. And, okay, now I want to cry. So, oh, the dogs, let me tell you, they knew something was wrong too. Lacey kept staying with me all through the night. She'd come in here, and then, you know, she knew something was wrong. She kept going over by Khloe. And then yesterday, Ellie was coming in, and Ellie's been with her the longest. Khloe was born March 2nd of 2010. We brought her home in April. In May 15th, Ellie was born, and we brought her home. I think it was in June or early July. We brought her home. So they're just a few months apart, and they grew up with each other. And, well, there's Ellie there. She's really sad today, and it's understandable. Lacey is sad too, but Ellie's really sad. She wasn't even responding this morning. She didn't want to go out. I tried to give her a cookie. She wouldn't eat a cookie. And you can just tell in her eyes, she's very sad, which is understandable. So, Oh, so let me just tell you what happened. So Tuesday night, well, it was Wednesday morning, while I was in there with Khloe, I saw her legs jerking, and like dogs, they'll run in their sleep. And I thought, oh, she must be running in her sleep. I was concerned because of her legs, being bad. And I looked over at her, and her front legs were real stiff, and her paw was like this, like real stiff, like in a hook position. And her head was shaking, and I was looking at her eyes, and she was drooling. And I was like, is she having a seizure? And I thought it was due to the medicine, maybe a side effect. And so I'm on my phone, and I'm looking stuff up, and looking up, because I knew she wouldn't be able to stay on those legs anymore, even when they'd heal, because she's old, So I ordered in the morning, I got up in the morning, I ordered a dog wheelchair, and I ordered one of these braces that you put so you can help lift them up. And it was supposed to be here Tuesday. Well, it will be here Tuesday, but I'll have to send it back now. But all of that was like over $500 for that. But, I'm willing to do it, because she wouldn't be able to walk. So then in the morning yesterday, around 9:30, it looked like she was having another one of those little mini seizures. And I was like, what is wrong? And so I called the vet. And the vet came on the phone. He was talking to me. He said, no, that medicine doesn't cause anything like that. He said it might be something with their nervous system. Something else is going on. So that was, like I said, around 9:30 in the morning. We just kept her still as possible. We had to get her up to reposition her. And then it was right before 6:30. Carly was checking on her again. And she said, Mom, something's wrong. Khloe's drooling. And I mean, like a lot of drool was just coming out of her mouth. Well, before that happened, let me back that up. When Carly went in there to check on her, she had peed and pooped while she was laying there. And then it was probably within 5 minutes, then Carly noticed the drooling and everything, and I came in. And I looked, and her tongue and her gums was that whitish pink color. And I knew that's bad. So I called the vet. And they hadn't closed yet. And they said, hurry up and get her here. So Adam grabbed her. And she's a big dog. She's like almost 100 pounds, like 90 pounds. And the adrenaline, he just picked her up and whisked her and ran with her. We got her in the car, all three of us. I didn't even lock my doors or anything. I didn't even check on the other dogs. I just grabbed my purse. And we're only a couple minutes from the vet. And we got there, and they came and got her. And then the vet came out and told us that it was bad. And they said that, again, it wasn't a side effect of that medicine. They don't believe that. There was some bruising on her abdomen. And the vet said what she thinks happened was she had a tumor in her abdomen. I've heard of that even happening in people. And I think it's some sort of like a hernia thing. And if it's not taken care of, and you don't know that you have it, it ruptures. And then you go into cardiac arrest. And so the vet said, what you were talking about earlier, what happened, that you thought that they were mini seizures. She says they weren't seizures. It's more consistent as she was having mini heart attacks. So at 2 in the morning, and then at 9:30 in the morning yesterday, she was already going in cardiac arrest, but I didn't know it. But I did call the vet. So anyway, she was already almost dead anyway, and that's why she was peeing and pooping here while she was laying down, because when your body's dying, it eliminates things and all of that. And so by the time that they brought us in, and I felt her back paws, well, the other kids were saying goodbye to her, and her feet were just cold. They weren't warm anymore. And then when I went over by her face and start talking to her in her ear and everything, I know she was really almost dead at that point. I mean, she was barely breathing. but they, you know, went ahead and ended things quickly. They put her to sleep, and so 7 o'clock last night, she died. And I didn't think I was going to cry saying all of this. And I'm going to tell you a reason why. Because all my dogs, as you guys have been watching my videos, you've seen my dogs. They're happy. They're always running around. They all have their own little personalities. Some of them are more spunkier than others. Chloe's thing was she loved to eat. And even Alex, she would always follow Alex around waiting for him to drop food. It was like, you know, she just continuously ate all the time. And it's like, you know, she was never full. She just always ate. But she was perky and spunky, and she was always listening, you know. Whenever I'd see her, she was usually always right there in the middle of the couch, facing this way, her ears perched, always listening for sounds, and especially the sounds of rappers. And she could tell by the different sounds that she heard whether she wanted to get up off the couch or not. So, and even listening, like if people came to the door or anything like that. And she was a good girl. She, I had a Dalmatian, as I mentioned before. He lived to be 12, but Dalmatians, you know, 12, 14 years is about their life expectancy. Boxers is usually 8 to 10 years. If you get a boxer that lives 12, 14 years, they really had a long extended life. But the average age is really about 10. And so we've had Noah, Aslan, our first Ellie, which was Chloe's sister. We had Lucy, we had this Ellie, and Lacey. So 6 boxers, is that right? 6? And of all the boxers, they all made it to their 10 years, and then however many months after that. But with that being said, Chloe lived the longest. She was 10 and a half. So she had a long life, and it was a very happy life. And yeah, we're sad. Yeah, we're going to miss her. But we didn't expect it because, you know, I think I mentioned in one of my last videos, Ellie, she's been having some health issues, and I thought maybe she would be the next one to go, but no. So anyway, Adam's home for his lunch. I'm washing all the blankets from yesterday. We had it set up, like Carly said, it was like a little hospice area over there. And so anyway, everything's being washed right now, and so that's that. She had a good life. She was very happy. And that's all that matters, that she had a good life. So anyway, just wanted to give you that update. I'll see you guys next video. Bye-bye.